Hi everyone, it's Sue again. I've just brought you along today just to craft along with me if you like. I'm making a loaded paper bag, I guess you would call it, or paper bags for a friend of mine. So I have started it and I just thought I'll turn the camera on and just show you what I've done. Now I've been inspired by Lynn at Pretty Paper Crafts 67. I will pop her channel down below. So if you wanted to go over and check out her channel, that would be really great. So I am using the Dress My Crafts range of papers, botanical script. I don't know where the cover is now, but it is absolutely stunning. Now it's not glossy, but the it's got a satin sheen to it and it's so beautiful. I'm nearly sold out in my shop. I'm pretty sure I only have one paper pad left, but I'm trying to get it back in. So as I said, it's just a stunning range of papers. So I will put the link to my shop down there, down in the description as well. This is the cover here. So botanical scripts. Okay, so I'm just trying to get back into the swing of doing videos, and I'm really feeling inspired again lately. So I thought I might do a few craft with me videos as well, while I'm sitting at my desk and creating, and hopefully I can inspire someone else to make similar items or create something something different anyway. All right, so as I said, I have started this. What I'm going to show you is just the construction. So so it's just a multitude of, and I'll just have this close with just some ribbon or lace. So this is what it looks like, and it just flips. So it's got pockets, and it'll just be loaded with a different handmade ephemera. Let me just make sure I'm in frame here. Yep. So pockets. So I'm just using a couple of lunch bags and a couple of different pockets that I had in my stash, and putting this paper on the top strengthens those bags, so you'll be able to put lots of goodies in there. So just thought I would do all this bit here first, and then we'll glue it all down together. But that's what it looks like. Okay, so nice piece of happy mail filled with handmade ephemera. And then, as I said, I'll close it with some seam binding or sari silk or lace. Now, as you all know, I like to have my threads hanging. Actually not sure whether the recipient does, but she can have that option of cutting them off. I just like the way that looks. So at this stage, I am going to leave it. I've got bits hanging everywhere. Okay, so I'll show you the construction. Really easy. Just pop that out of the way. So to start with, I just grabbed 2 of the brown paper lunch bags, and I trimmed this bit off. You don't have to. I just prefer just to have a straight edge, and both bags have the same opening. So I'm just going to trim that down. So I just trimmed that little bit of excess off there. Now I also have this gusseted brown paper bag, and I'm using like your different coloured craft bases because the paper that I'm using here has that sort of colouring to it. So what I did with this one is I didn't want the gusset. You could somehow use this if you wanted to and use this as a pocket. I didn't want the gusset on this one, so I just cut it off. I just cut it right on the edge there. And then you have 2 open ends. And the same with this one. I you can use this and use it as a closure if you want to. I am actually going to cut it off because I want everything to poke out the top. I just need to put my glasses on for this one. Yeah, so I just want everything to poke out the top of the paper bags. So we might even utilize that later. So you can fold this any way you want. With the paper, these two paper bags, I fold one. Oh, actually, sorry. The next step is just to open, trim the other end. So the other closed end, just trim a little smidgen off each end so that that is an opening. I might do it one by one. Okay, so you can fold it whichever way you want. Can't remember how I did it. I think I just folded one like that, and you can fold another one totally in half if you want to. I think I might just do these two the same, approximately. Okay. This one, I'm going to have a smaller one at the front or on one side. So you can use any size bags that you have, any colour bags you have. There's no right or wrong. And this one I'm just going to fold clean in half because it's not that big. I'll just have like the height in this one. And so that's what you've got, okay? And then you just construct your bags how you want them. So I might even go, so I have like a taller one here and a smaller one there, and then on this side we've got a taller one and then the smaller one on the inside. And then these I think I'll just put similar to how I had my other one. So I think I'll go, actually I'm going to go turn it around. So this is the longer side, and then this can go like that, I think. Yep, I don't mind that. Okay. So now you've got that. You might want to clip. I don't think I've got any clips here. We're going to sew directly down that spine. Okay, so it probably would be a good idea to put paper clips there to hold them in place. Just bear with me, I'm going to grab a couple of clips. So I guess the just make sure you keep the bigger bags. Oh, it wouldn't even really matter if they were off kilter a bit. So I'm just going to have mine looking like that, and I'm just going to just pop a safety pin there just to hold them in place a little bit. Okay, and that's all caught up there. Okay, so that's all in place. Now I'm just going to sew right down the middle here. So I'll just do that and I'll be back. Okay, so that's all done. You can take your paper clips off now. And you have the base for your loaded paper bag pockets. So I'm just burnishing that really well. And you can see here I haven't done it perfectly straight, but it's still going to work. It's not a problem. Once you start decorating, you're not even going to see that. So I'm just burnishing it all really well. And there you have it. So I might just trim these off a little bit so I don't get myself in a big tangled mess. So that's how easy the construction of it is. And you can add more bags, you can add less bags. It's totally up to you and what you want to do. So I'm just going to pop that one to the side and show you this one. So it's exactly the same bags that I've used in this one. And it looks pretty similar actually. I think I've done it, yeah, pretty much the same way. So what I've done is I've just got a whole sheet of paper. So as I said, I'm using the Botanical Prints range, and I've just got a whole sheet of paper. These are just the offcuts. And all I do is just work out, I didn't even really think about it too much because I just love the paper anyway. So I just thought it doesn't really matter what goes where. So all I did was to cut, I'm just having a look so that I don't waste paper. So that's not quite long enough for this brown paper bag. So I need to use it on one of these too. I'm just trying to think. I really like this flower here. So all I did was I bought the cardstock in a bit so that there is a little bit of that craft showing. And all I did was just put a pencil mark where I wanted it cut. So I'm going to do those both edges there. Try and cut it straight. Okay, and will we keep all these bits and pieces for decorating the other bags or making tags and bits and pieces to go inside them? So then what we need to do is measure so you can see, and I would suggest not to go right down to the bottom too, because allow at least 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. Because there's going to be bulk in the fold there and it's not going to sit as nicely. So just be aware of that. And then all I do is just mark my paper where I want that cut again and just cut that. And that's as easy as that. And so you just need to go through and do that on all of your bags with your paper that you're wanting to use. So you can see there. And if you don't have a sewing machine, that's fine. You don't have to sew it because it'll look just as beautiful, not sewn. So if you don't want to sew, you can just glue that on straight away. Okay, I have gone around and distressed the edges of my cardstock and then inked. That's another preference, totally up to you. So I have just gone around with that. I've got this little tool that a beautiful friend of mine gave me, but you can also just use the edge of your scissors if you don't have something like that, and it does basically the same thing. Maybe just have a little pair of scissors that you use just for this, because you will end up blunting your scissors. So I've just roughed that up, and then I would ink that and sew that. Okay, and then this piece you can use on the back, so you've just got to trim that off a tiny little bit. So may as well do that, and then we'll put this one aside and I'll finish off this other one and maybe start making some tags and bits and pieces to go in it. Okay, so that's the next one for the back of that. That's done. So depending on the size of bag that you have or bags that you're using, it will just depend on what size paper you cut. So I've got no measurements because you're not necessarily going to have the exact same bags. But if you just do it the way that I did, just pop it on. Really, there's no measuring. Just put a pencil mark, cut it out. If it's not perfectly straight, it doesn't matter. You're not going to notice it once it's all put together. Okay, I'm just going to pop that to the side. And so these, as I said, I've already glued some on, and this has made the bags, particularly the lunch bags, really, really sturdy. So I've distressed and sewn, but I haven't inked everything. So I will just quickly go around and ink the edges there. I'm just going to use brushed corduroy. So I'll just quickly do that. Okay, and let me just get rid of all this excess fluff. I'll turn it around the right way, and I've just lost a sheet. Okay, so I just need to make sure I've got these fitting right. So that's right for that one. Oh goodness, look at it all. I'm just going to use so that's right for that one. Yeah, that's that. That's those two. So that needs to go that way. So I want it to go so she can open it from either side, and the paper will be looking the right way, whichever side she opens it from. There, there, there. Now these, okay, so that's that one. Okay, why have I got an extra one? Oh, okay, so that's that one there. Okay, so that's looking really nice. Really lovely. All right, so I am going to just go and glue all these down, and then I will be back and I'll show you what it looks like once it's all glued, and then we might start filling the pockets. I'll be back. Okay, so I've glued all those down on the front of the bags, and I've started to think about how I'm going to decorate further. I mean, you don't have to really even do too much because the papers speak for themselves. So I've just got all my scrap bits and pieces left over from the few sheets of paper that I've used. So I'm going to try and utilize those. And that's what I've done with this sheet here. This had that on the bottom. I didn't particularly like that so much. So I've cut that off, and then I've made it into a pocket and sewn around. I've just gone through and, you know, had a look where I want to put it, and I quite like it here. I've added a little bit of lace on the back side there, and then I've just roughed it up again, grunched it all up, and distressed it, sorry, and used ink and sewn around it. And I think I quite like it there, and I think I'm going to glue that down. So I'm just wondering whether to put it there so that's out the side, but I think I like it pretty much center there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to not overthink it, and I'm just going to glue it down. So this is the fun part. You just use your creative license and just do what you feel like doing and what makes you happy. So I'm just going to fiddle around, make some bits and pieces to go in here. I probably won't finish it all off, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea for just something different other than a journal that we can be making with our bits and pieces. I think that looks really cute. So this had an extra piece on the lace, bottom of the lace, so I've just stuck it over here without thinking too much. And then I found this little label which I quite like, so I'm going to add that there. I'm just going to ink around it quickly. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this a tiny little pocket, and I'm going to put some tiny little tags in there as well. And I'm not going to sew it. I was just wondering whether to sew it or not, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Might need a little bit of extra glue down the bottom there where it's going to sit on the lace. I'm just going to hold that down so it adheres. I'm really happy with this. I think it's going to be beautiful once it's finished. Okay, so I'm going to make that and just put some plain tiny tags in there. So that's the front of those two. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it. So we're going to have, oh, that hasn't even, so okay. Make sure it all sticks down before you go sticking anything in there. Just to make sure that all has stuck down, and then I'm going to put one or two tags in here. I'm going to put some mini tags in here, and then we're going to have tags poking out the top here and here. So obviously we're going to be able to fit more in here than we can in here. Okay, so let's have a look here. We'll tip it as we go, and I'll just see. So I quite like this as it is. I might even think about die cutting a butterfly, possibly, because we've got some butterfly wings here. Maybe just die cutting a butterfly and sticking it on there. So we'll look into that soon. Let's see what we've got. I mean, I don't want to cover too much of the paper because it's all so beautiful, but I also want to have lots of bits and pieces of ephemera in there that she can utilise in her journals or do with them as she wishes. So might just make this a smaller pocket. So it's got a bit of colour there. I'll put a notch in that. And I'm going to distress that and ink and sew. I'll just do that. And I am going to sew around it, but what I might just do is just put even just paper clip where I think I want some bits and pieces to go. I think I might just paper clip them there for now, because I'll probably do some decoration on this side of the pocket. So I'm just going to clip that to that page. And I think I'm going to die cut a butterfly to go there. So we will leave that. Okay. This is just stunning on its own. And I really just don't want to do anything with that. So I'm not going to do anything at the moment. I'll come back to that one. Same with this one. Probably not going to decorate too many of them at all, actually. You know, I could probably just put a little cluster of something down here, maybe just to decorate it. This one's a little bit plain, so I could do something here. So let me have a look and see what papers I've got. I may even have to cut into another sheet of paper to get a little bit of colour. Okay, so I know that she loves autumn colours, and this says autumn. So I'm going to cut that, I think. So this is just going to be full of pockets and tucks and little bits of ephemera, and that's why they're called loaded paper bags, I guess. I might just trim a little bit off the bottom of that. So we can see that, and I think I'll do that. Maybe I can do, I was thinking I could do like a side tuck, but if I'm going to be closing it with ribbon or whatever, maybe I could do the side tuck here. I might do that. That's just something a little bit different. So I'm going to put the notch in there. And I'm going to distress that. I'm going to clip it for now, just so that you don't have to sit and watch me do all the distressing and inking. So that I think I can put there. Once again, I absolutely love these butterflies. So I don't know that I particularly want to do too much. Maybe I could even just put like a little page band or something. It's very dark though, isn't it? What else have I got here? That's really pretty. Okay. Having trouble picking all the pieces up. So just need something. Maybe I could do that, make it a, I do like that too though. So even if I put it there and then just had some tags or something sitting in there. So I think I might do that. I'll cut that. Do I like that? I don't particularly like that colour on there though. I think I like that better. So I'm just going to trim that off and have another look at it. I don't know whether it's printed crooked or it's me cutting it crooked. So we won't see too much once we distress that and ink it. So I think I like that better. I'm going to go with this one. So I'm just going to put a pencil mark there and then just cut that and I think once that's distressed and sewn, that will look quite nice there because it brings in this sort of greeny tone there. Okay, so I'm going to put a page band there. Tipping back this way. Once again, this is just beautiful as it stands. It's the same thing. Maybe I could even just bring another either stamped butterfly or something to go there. So I'm going to leave that page. I love that page. This one I love as well, but it does annoy me that this is printed with the reverse showing. So maybe I could put something here. So maybe I could trim this down, but then if I, okay, I'm just thinking out loud here. What have we got? Okay. Maybe if I cut here, let me have a look. I'll just cut the branding strip off. I might do the same with this piece. I'm just trying to work out which piece I would like to use. I'm not sure I'm fussed on either of those. Okay, so I think this is a bit better because it's a little got that darker tinge to it. So I think I'm going to use that as a top loading pocket. Yeah. So I'm going to put that there. Tip back this way. Maybe I can utilize, because I've cut those little children there. I think I might do that and then have that as a side loading pocket, because I'm not cutting into any butterflies or anything. So I'm going to put that there. And put that there. So which way are we going? We're going this way. So we've tipped this. This does not a lot for me here, so I could try and maybe put something there. So I could even just do like a skinny, because that's quite beautiful. I could even just do like a skinny pocket. So I'm just trying to use up my scraps. I'm really, you know, and I just want to fill it with as much handmade ephemera as I can. So this video is probably, I'm not going to, it'll just take too long. Yeah, okay, I think I like that. I'm just going to put a notch in there. I'm probably not going to finish this all in one video. So I'll just, yeah. So by the time you distress all this up, ink it and sew it, and decorate the pocket a bit, it's all going to blend in quite nicely, I think. Okay, so same, this was a little bit ordinary for my liking, so I would prefer to probably cover actually I might leave that showing because we've got that dark piece here, and I'm going to make this a side pocket. So I'm going to trim off just the top bit. So about there. As you can see, I'm not really thinking about it too much. I'm just doing it. Not really measuring. So I think I'll have it so that the tags are coming out this way. I mean, there's so much more that you could do with all sorts of pockets and tucks. Okay, so now we're at the other end where it's, you know, it can either be the front or this can either be the front, whichever way she wants to open it. So I really love this. So I'm not going to add anything to that at the moment. But do I want to add something to this? Just having a look at some laces and that I've got over here. Just wondering maybe even add like a corner pocket. It seems a shame to cover that up though, doesn't it? That's pretty much perfect size. I might just cut a corner pocket and see what I think. So just to do my corner or corner tucks, whatever you want to call them. So I need to cut a bit off this end as well. Because I want it to sit inside that stitching. Since I've stitched it, I want to be able to see it. Now to do my corner tucks, I just cut, I put a mark. See, I love that flower, but then I love that receipt there as well. Okay, I have to make a decision. So I'm just going to make that it stand fairly high because it's on the front so nothing falls out. And I'm just putting a pencil mark there. So I'm going to cut, actually, bring it in here a bit. I'm going to cut from that point to that point. And just lining it up with the edge of my guillotine. The 2 points, if I can find them. And so I will sew that, and then that's just a little angled tuck, and you still get to see some of that paper underneath. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So that can go there. So that's pretty much all the pockets, extra pockets that I'm going to put on the pages for now, apart from a couple of die-cut butterflies. So what I might go and do is I'll go and distress and ink all these and sew them and start gluing them on, and then I will come back to you. Okay, so I've sewed all the pockets and inked and distressed, and I've glued them down. So I'll just flip through quickly and show you that. So this one I've just done a corner pocket, and I've sewn a bit of lace on the bottom there. I'll add something else there going forward. I'll just need to work out what I want to put there. I've left this one with nothing on it because I just love that image. I might put a label or a small collage there. I will think about that. So we've done a long skinny pocket here, and a bigger pocket there. I've done a page band here. I don't particularly like it now that I've put it on there, so I think I'm going to sew a ruffle and put over top of that. I'll do that later on. Left this one as it is because I love the paper, and I've just added a small pocket here. This one I'm going to put a die-cut butterfly. So then if we flip it this way, I've added that little label there. We'll put some mini tags, just a little bit of lace underneath that. Glued that one on there. So we've got a top-loading pocket there. Once again, I've left this as it is because the paper just speaks for itself. I've got a side-loading pocket here. Same with that paper, it's just stunning, so I'm just going to leave that. Another side loading pocket but coming the other direction. And same again, but a smaller one. And this one here, I think I'll add a bit of colour and do a die cut butterfly as well. So that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to probably end the video here now, and I will come back, just so that they're not too long, I will come back with another video where I will be decorating the pockets and making some ephemera to go into all the pockets. So I hope you're liking that so far, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Take care.